Hello, and welcome back to Spittin Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar, and I'm coming at you from the 256. Today, not much is going on really, so I'm just going to cover the MLB standings and wild card races with just over a week left, or just under 2 weeks, however you want to say it. But that's what today will be. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so the regular divisional standings go like this. The AL East, Boston, they've already won the AL East at this point um, at 103 and 48. The best team in baseball this year. The Red Sox, especially in the regular season, still got the playoffs to go. Then you had the Yankees, 10.5 back currently, and then the Rays are 18.5. It just shows how much better the Red Sox are. The Yankees still have a chance to be a 100-win team, but the Boston's already eclipsed that. The Central, as everybody expected, the Cleveland Indians, they have secured the Central. They will be going to the playoffs. Everybody else in their division has zero chance to make the playoffs. So the Indians clinch the Central, and they're in already as well. The Houston Astros, they currently lead the AL West. The Athletics, they still trail them now by 5 games. It was closer than that last week. The Mariners, they're 12 out. They really fell apart in the second half of the season. The Angels, they have a good run scored versus runs against, a run differential, but they not even 500 this season. And they're already eliminated from playoff contention as well. On the National League side, in the NL East, you got the Braves. They lead the Phillies by 5.5 games, and the Nationals by 6.5. The Nationals, very slim chance. It would be a miracle for them to make the playoffs. Phillies, they have little to no shot as well. And the Braves, unless they have a meltdown over this last 2 weeks, they look good to go. The surprise, thought they had a chance to win this year, the Braves, but to win the division, I thought there was no way that they won the division with the Nationals there. The Phillies, much improved. Didn't really expect to see them do a whole lot, but they've had a very good season. But it looks like they're going to come up a little bit short. The NL Central, the Cubs have now reopened their lead by a game and a half of what it was last week when I was talking about this over the Brewers. The Brewers are 3.5 behind them now. The Cardinals are 5.5. And the Pirates take a miracle, but they still have a chance to make the playoffs. And, of course, the Reds are eliminated. But the Brewers and Cubs, again, it would take a huge meltdown for the Cubs. It would take a pretty massive, huge meltdown from the Brewers to miss the playoffs at this point. Brewers expected them to be improved, but as good as they have competed this year, didn't really expect that. The Cardinals, you expected them to be probably better than the Brewers. You probably expected it to be Cubs, and then Cardinals and Brewers kind of fighting for that next spot. But Brewers looking good for the wild card, but the Cubs sitting in the driver's seat for the Central. And then the West, the NL West is really a much clearer picture than it was last week and the last several weeks, because it was a 4-team race and then a 3-team race for the longest, but now it's between the Dodgers and the Rockies. The Rockies, they are a game and a half back of the Dodgers now in the West, and the Diamondbacks have fallen way off. They're now 6 games back. And of course, the Giants and Padres are eliminated from playoff contention at this point. The Rockies still have a chance, but it's going to take a lot for them to make the playoffs. Yeah, but your division leaders, the NL West is the LA Dodgers, the NL Central is the Cubs, the East is the Braves. In the American League, like I said, the Red Sox, they went basically wire to wire. They have already clinched the AL East. The Indians have already clinched the AL Central. And the Astros and Athletics are the only two with a chance to clinch the AL West at this point. But, well, I guess Red Sox technically they haven't clinched the division yet, but they're going to win the division. They're not going to lose every game from here on out. The wild card goes as follows. In the American League, you do have the Yankees holding that 4 spot. They're 2.5 games above the Athletics. The A's, they hold that 5th spot, and they currently lead the Rays by 5.5 games. And the Mariners, like I said, they held this 5th spot at the All-Star break. They are now 7 games out. They virtually have no shot. The Rays, they're still on fire, but like I said, way too little, or too little, too late. It took them too long to get started, start hitting on all cylinders. The Athletics, right around the All-Star break, they had started to pick it up, and they've carried that on throughout the second half. The Rays, they've really been hot over the last month or two, but it just seems like it's too late for them. They are 5.5 games back of the A's. It would take a huge fall apart by the Athletics or Yankees for the Rays to make the playoffs. But yeah, that's it. There's only 3 teams with even a shot there, really. The Rays, Athletics, and Yankees. In the National League, you've got the Brewers. They hold the 4th spot by 2 games over the 5th seed, the current 5th seed holder in the St. Louis Cardinals. And then the Cardinals are trailed by the Rockies by a game and a half, the Phillies by 6, the Diamondbacks by 6, Pirates by 7, Nationals by 7. Really, this is down to a 3-team race here as well between the Rockies, the Cardinals, and the Brewers. The Brewers in the best seat. And like I said, with less than 2 weeks left, everybody's roughly got 10 games left in the season. So it would really take somebody to just really fall apart to let any of these teams back here in, but to lose their spot, especially for the Brewers and the Yankees. They're in perfect condition. They're right in the right spot. I know it's only 2.5 games, but it would really take a meltdown from them to miss the playoffs at this point. But that is it for the standings right now in Major League Baseball as of 9/18, September 18th. There is currently a game ongoing right now between the Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals. The Braves currently lead 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th. But that will do it for this one. Like I said, there wasn't a whole lot of big news stories coming out today. So I just wanted to go over the baseball standings again with you with less than 2 weeks left in the season, because the season does conclude on September 30th. But if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, share the content, and subscribe to the channel because that is very much appreciated. But anyway, this has been Spittin' Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.